Hey everyone, welcome to this week's AMA. Hope everyone's doing really well. It's just myself and Marcus today. The others are hard at work on various bits and pieces, but between the two of us, we'll be sure to make sure that it's a good jam-packed AMA. So in terms of what we were planning to cover today, we wanted to talk a bit about the fact that today is the last day of B-share emissions. So just a bit of housekeeping around what to do with your LPs. But then we got onto the really exciting bit, which is talking about, okay, well, what are your options now? So we can talk a bit about bonding, which is really exciting. And then we'll talk a bit about the bond locking offer as well, given we've still got another week, if you've not had a chance to jump into that yet. As always, we'll step into a bit of an update from Marcus on marketing, because there's lots going on in that space, and I think we're going to have another big press release coming. But I'll not spoil your thunder on that, sir.
That's right.
Cool. So,
well, hold on. I've got a very important topic.
Oh no!
It is Rob's birthday today, so happy birthday to Rob. as David Rogers there indicated as well. But yeah, happy birthday, Rob, and thanks for taking the time to still come and chat with us on your birthday. I know you must have a lot of partying lined up.
I'm too boring for partying, but I was with some friends earlier for some lunch and gorged on a cinnamon roll, and I'm feeling somewhat sick, to be honest with you, but it's been a very good day other than that. And yeah, thanks for a few of you guys who are commenting saying happy birthday, much appreciated. So yeah, let's talk a bit about B-shares emissioning. So B-share emissions ending. So crazily enough, I guess we're now past the 1 year anniversary of bomb money. It feels like 5 minutes ago since I was jumping in as an investor, long before I was part of the team. But yeah, we're kind of at that milestone now, and therefore our beloved B-share emissions are ending today. I believe it's 11 p.m. EST. That they will actually come to an end.
11 p.m. UTC, 6 p.m. EST.
Apologies. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well. Another hour, I guess, to milk those B-share emissions. But yeah, so if it's the case that you're sort of wondering, well, what would I do now? The key thing to remember is, if you leave your LP sitting there for a wee while, nothing bad's going to happen. It's simply going to be the case that you're not going to be receiving any rewards on them. So you can withdraw them, you can just hold them in your wallet, whatever suits. But in terms of what your options are, so clearly if you're withdrawing any LPs that have BOM within it, you may want to consider jumping into the BOM locking offer. So I think everyone will be aware of this, but we're continuing to offer a very generous 2.5x on BOM locked for 90 days in celebration of the BOM chain launch. So that's available until the 7th of December. And you'll be able to claim that 2.5x your initial deposit, 90 days on BOM chain, because the chain excitement will be live by then.
Yeah, and just you may not want to wait till December 7th to do that, because it's also limited to 1 million BOM. And we're almost at 550,000 locked already. And we've got ad campaigns across the Coinzilla ad network right now, going heavy on driving towards that specifically. So there's a good chance we'll have 1 million locked up before December 7th, especially as Rob mentioned, we know some people are going to take some of the LPs they have and lock those up for extra rewards. So yeah, if you want to take part, NFA, but probably want to hurry on that.
Yeah, for sure. Because I guess the word's out there now with the marketing and the banner ads, etc. as part of that. But yeah, there's just going to continue to be more and more eyes on things. And I don't know, Marcus, do you want to touch on what we're sort of planning in the way of a press release on that now, or save that for a bit later?
Yeah, I could just touch on it now. Yeah, we're gonna delve into territory we have not yet, where we're going to be going to traditional traditional media with a crypto specific offer. So we're going to be highlighting the 2.5x bomb locking bonus to traditional finance, and see, first of all, if we get any pickup on that, because it's more of a crypto specific story. So it's going to be some learning on that, but also to see if we get any traction from that, because it's a like very generous offer. So if it does get picked up by the same folks that picked up our other press releases, like, you know, the Yahoos, Bazingas, all those, we will likely get a lot of traction on that. So again, and that's like we're launching that out to media later today. So Thursday is always the nice, perfect day to get press releases out there. So we anticipate tomorrow, again, lots of eyes being on that bomb locking bonus plus the LP breaking. So it's very likely that in the next few days we'll hit that million bomb locked, which is awesome for the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've already got over 500,000 locked, which is, you know, in the region of a third of the supply. So yeah, brilliant, and not surprised that it's been such a success. So that kind of leads us on to talking a bit about bonding. So we talked about this last week, but those of you who are eagle-eyed might have spotted on Bomb.money that we've got bonding live at the moment for Bomb BTCB. So basically, you know, I guess if you think about things in its simplest form, you know, typically, you know, we are renting liquidity, right? You know, we're incentivizing you guys to provide liquidity, and that certainly has its benefits, and you know, as you know, been a great offering. But I guess across DeFi, we've seen a bit of a transition towards building protocol owned liquidity, and that's exactly what bonding will allow us to do. And the great thing about protocol owned liquidity is, of course, that it helps us maintain stability, both in terms of the liquidity, because we will be in control of that, but also, you know, that therefore contributes to price stability as well. So the question is then, okay, well, how do we build that protocol owned liquidity? And that's where bonding comes in. So basically, through bonding, it's the case that you guys will be able to create LPs, and then you'll be able to sell them to the protocol in exchange for discounted tokens. So for the offering that's live at the moment, it'll be discounted BOM. Now, you know, the behind the scenes mechanics are fairly complex. If anyone wants to delve into the contract, there's a particular passion for maths, you'll probably get a bit of a kick out of it. But you know, at a very basic level, you know, the discount is essentially driven by supply and demand, right? So when it's the case that, you know, we're at the outset, there's lots of bonds available, you know, liquidity is at a point where we're really keen to build it, then of course it'll be the case that there'll be a heavier discount. And as it's the case that there's more demand for the bonds, we see liquidity increase, you'll likely see, you know, at a sort of average level over time, you know, that discount decreasing. But, you know, it will be the case that based on supply and demand, that the discount will vary on a day-to-day basis. So at the moment, I think we're sitting somewhere in the region of a 7% discount. So if you were to, you know, provide LPs to us, you would receive discounted BOM at that 7% rate. Now, there's a vesting period, so it's not the case that you would receive that bond immediately, and that's obviously to make sure that we minimize sell pressure that we could see, albeit, you know, given all of the use cases BOM will have ahead of launch. You know, we know most people are keen to hold on to them. But yeah, there's a vesting period of 14 days based on the current offering. You know, we may adjust that over time. So what it essentially means is that you will be able to claim your discounted BOM over the course, at the end of that 14-day period. So we'll kind of monitor, how things go over the first sort of days and weeks, and it may be the case that we adjust, some of the underlying parameters, because clearly this is new for us, and we'll likely need to do some fine tuning along the way. So yeah, that's live for BOM BTCB. In the near term, so over the coming days, it should be very soon. We'll increase that to include BOM B share, and then possibly not immediately, but certainly in the works, P Hub and let me just start that again. My sugar-filled brain clearly isn't working very well here. Yeah, exactly. So sorry, BOM BTCB is live at the moment. It'll be the case that probably over the course of the next day or so, BTCB and B share will be live, and then it'll be the case that we'll look at doing something around P Hub in the not too distant future. P Hub's obviously at a little bit of a lower level. We know it's kind of undervalued, so it doesn't really make sense to be doing anything in the way of a discount at the moment. But that's obviously we will keep on monitoring. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want a little bit more of an in-depth read as to what bonding is, how it works, we've got a blog post. I just shared the link there. So you can find that at bondmoney.com/blog, or just click on this link and it'll go through what exactly bonding is, how it works. It gives you a little example there as well. We were planning to do a live demo on this on AMA here, but that kind of feeds to this question: where Aaron? Well, for people that know, Aaron tends to work in 48-hour shifts, and then maybe forgets to sleep. So he's been going crazy on the front end and back end of this bonding, and it's pretty much ready. So we're gonna have that. You can go now, but you can go do the bonding now, but we're developing a nicer front end for it, and you'll be able to use that later today. And we're gonna actually do a demo, and we'll release that video on our YouTube channel and all our socials, so you can follow that as well if you want to figure out more bonding. And then just another really cool thing on this bonding, and Rob, maybe you want to touch on this, but there's a really great opportunity for an additional revenue stream for the BOM Money ecosystem here. When it comes to bonding, not specifically LP bonding here, but maybe Rob, you want to highlight that? Because I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess we're still working it through, and there's some commercial sensitivity around it. But let's just say, bonding is going to be something that's increasingly in demand, across the DeFi industry. And, there's some great open source protocols there that, we've leveraged, to build our offering. But we think there are some significant improvements that could be made, in terms of, the front end, the sort of clarity around the underlying mechanics and maths. So we're kind of considering, well, how could we potentially put a bit of a wrapper around that to help other protocols. So that's as much as I'll say for the time being. But yeah, I think there's definitely a big opportunity in that space. And with the team that we've got, we know we could execute that to a really high standard. And of course, in investing in that, it means that it'll push us to up our game in terms of the functionality when it comes to bonding that you guys as our community will receive. So yeah, look out for more updates. Clearly, the big focus for us at the moment is the launch of our mobile app, the launch of BOM Chain on the 9th of January. But yeah, we'll be quite quickly sort of planning for that, and a couple of other exciting releases that we're sort of considering for next year as well.
Yeah, we got some very interesting things on the pipeline, but obviously our focus is BOM mobile app and the BOM Chain, since we're like just over a month from launching that, so we're going pretty crazy on ensuring everything's going to be perfect at launch, and we just spent, a huge amount of time yesterday, making sure that all of our deliverables are going to be on time. So yeah, that as soon as we launch that, we can start shifting focus to some of these more fun projects that we think will generate a lot of revenue in 2023. But obviously, we've really got to nail down bomb chain and bomb app, and we're well on track to do that.
Yeah, 100%. It was really good, in-depth review yesterday of progress and kicking the tires on the deliverables over the coming 6 weeks too. Looks
Got a
like
question here for you.
Yep.
Mario is asking, how does BOM plan on building more liquidity through bonding to sustain any buys or sells on BOM token? At current liquidity price, moves up and down with small buys and sells.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So really, the bonding is absolutely a mechanism that we're going to be putting a big focus on in terms of our marketing, and therefore will help us build liquidity because it's a very appealing proposition, right? I mean, it's essentially the case that you're benefiting from discounted BOM for selling the protocol LPs, therefore contributing to liquidity. But because it's protocol owned, it means that liquidity over time should be significantly more stable than what it would be just through users providing it. But yeah, a very appealing proposition. Lots of focus on marketing it, and getting it out, to the masses basically. Hope that answers the question. Let me just reread it to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yep, I think you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the last point, current liquidity price moves up and down with small buys and sells. Yeah, that's just a product of liquidity being, I wouldn't say it's super low. We've seen actually some fairly sizable increases on number of pairs, but yeah, clearly we want to further increase that.
Well, it's also great because the buys are drastically increasing both B-share and BOM at the time, and then with it being increased, then we pump liquidity. It'll be easier to sustain the higher prices. So
yeah, no, it's a really good point.
I'll just throw this here. My concern is if I reward on bonding is more BOM, how do you encourage liquidity when BOM isn't as liquid? It seems like a closed loop.
So let me just read it again to make sure I answer this properly. Well, I guess the reality is that BOM has an increasing number of use cases, right? So it's going to be the gas and governance token on BOM chain. As a start point, it'll be required to be locked, by validators, and there'll be further utility that we'll implement as well. So one being that, not from release, but soon after, those holding BOM will be able to benefit from increased APRs, staking in the app. So I guess it's the case that we want to introduce these things to encourage people to hold BOM, right? So yeah, I mean, it's essentially the case that if people want to hold it, then they'll be keen to provide liquidity, perhaps on BOM chain or on BNB chain through through the bonding offer.
And one last question here: how do you get more BOM to pay out if under peg? If over peg, how do you maintain with low liquidity?
Yeah, so how do you get more BOM to pay if under peg? Well, yeah, I mean, so it is absolutely the case that we can only offer bonding so long as we have BOM that we can distribute. So it will reach a point that or it could reach a point, I should say, that there won't be BOM available through bonding, right? So it is definitely kind of a first come, first serve basis. But once we do reach peg, and we continually increase our protocol holdings, then obviously that allows us to do more in the way of bonding. And then if over peg, how do you maintain with low liquidity? Not quite following that. Does that make sense to you, Marcus?
I'm not really sure, because hopefully for Overpeg we'll have high liquidity by then, but let's see if we get
feel free,
answer.
Mario, just to clarify. Sorry if I'm being daft.
Alrighty, and I think we, sorry, I just missed one question here. Maybe Rob, you can grab this one as well. All
Sure.
Content X asks, as Bomb Chain will be live, will people be able to build from day one?
Yeah, that is an excellent question, actually. So our vision is certainly to have BombChain as a thriving ecosystem. That goes far beyond just supporting the mobile app. I would say probably yes. We're still kind of working through the specifics of that. I mean, I know Aaron's keen to almost immediately, release a number of things on the chain, in the way of a DEX, a lending protocol, etc. But we're still to kind of really get into the planning around that, because our key focus is making sure that the app is a success. We will be kind of building out the collateral though, over the coming weeks, to help builders and prospective builders understand how they can go about doing that. So look out for more details soon.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting once we get some builders on BombChain. But I think Aaron's mentioned even before, though, that we don't want people just replicating things that are already out there on other chains, on every chain, right? So if we do have people building, we'll want them to be doing something unique on BombChain, and that's the same for us. That some of the stuff we're going to be like, some of the stuff we already have planned for BombChain late 2023, obviously, because it's going to take a lot of development and planning, but it's going to be quite unique, and we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. I don't think we've got any other questions popping up at the moment. So hope that was a useful update on bonding. Marcus, I think we've now got a blog live, is that right? Sort of outlining bonding and how that works. Yeah.
Just linked right there. Put it, if you just scroll up in the chat a little bit, if anybody wants to go check that out. Yeah, you can read up all about the bonding.
Brilliant. Thank you. Alrighty, I think we've got another question popped up there around private investments.
There was talk about private investments. Can you guys share some information about it, how it has been going?
Yeah. So we're in discussion with a couple of firms around a funding round that they would lead on our behalf. So we've had a number of conversations. Those have been progressing well. There are certainly a number of parties that are very interested in what we've got going on. The current market conditions, being totally transparent, have made it harder to sort of finalize the details with some of the earlier investors that we were talking with. Some directly losing funds on FTX, for example. So yeah, things are certainly progressing there. The key thing is that with everything that we have in plan, we know that things will be successful regardless of whether we have that private investment or not. But it would certainly help accelerate things. And as I say, we've got various parties who are very experienced in leading funding rounds, and some of their direct investors who we're in conversation with. I think the next meeting that I've got with them is early next week. So yeah, if there's anything sort of major in the way of an update, we'll of course share that. Thanks for the question though. Cool.
All right.
All righty.
Captain Hindsight appreciating the update, and we're not even done yet, so you're welcome.
Yeah, no, much appreciated. Glad it's useful. All righty. So shall we step into just a bit of a general update, Marcus, on marketing, if that's okay?
Yeah. So as always, we've got a ton going on in marketing. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to be launching the press release on our bonus locking offer, which is, like I said, it's going to be very intriguing for me to see the pickup on something that's so crypto specific to a TradFi audience. So it's going to be some learnings to see, you know, if it does well, we'll continue with it. If it doesn't, we'll see what needs to be tweaked. But like I said, we're already promoting that across the crypto sites. So yeah, it's always my focus. Like I've said, we're trying to really build the Ball Money brand into the TradFi area. So to go along with that, we've also got the survey results, which is we're gonna start releasing that to media next week. We're going to be creating some infographics with the data, which is going to help to really sell it as an easy to absorb material. And then people will be sharing that story everywhere, I'm pretty sure, because there's some really cool things coming out of that. If you check the Bombshell Monday, those are just like 2 tiny little tidbits in there, but doing a deeper dive into like demographics and what their views are on crypto, it's really cool already. So yeah, we really anticipate a lot of pickup from that. Additionally, next week we have another interview scheduled with Aaron. He's going to be featured on in a magazine for entrepreneurs. So once that's finalized, I'll share more details on that. But yeah, we're really excited to have that. That's going to be a really cool story, talking about his experience creating Ball Money and, you know, where the company's going. And again, it's all focused on a more traditional entrepreneur setting as opposed to a crypto setting, which is what we're really trying to get to before we launch the Ball Money app. And speaking of the Ball Money app, you might have also seen our 15-second hype video in the Bombshell Monday. So it's really cool. We're going to be using that video specifically across channels like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, going into ads for people that aren't necessarily into crypto yet, but trying to show them this is like a cool new way that you can easily get into crypto. And we're going to be running that for the month leading up to launch. And of course, we're going to have a bunch of different versions on different channels. So that's our big marketing push for the coming month. I think there's a few more things going on, but it's off the top of my head, it's hard to keep it all on track. But yeah, as you can see, there's just a ton going on. So December is going to be a massive month for us, as David Rogers agrees. Great job on the video. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, very cool. You know, when something starts with an explosion, it's going to be awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot going on, you know, in the marketing space, and the banner ads that we've had for the bomb locking offer. You know, I'm sure those have been contributing to the nice price appreciation that we've been seeing in bomb over the past day or so.
Yeah, just to touch on that,
Mm.
it's pretty cool to see something like that. Usually, especially on crypto sites, banner ads just get completely ignored, right?
Mm.
But I think it's a combination of the folks in crypto starting to familiarize themselves with the Ball Money brand, because it's you know, bomb branding all over the banner ad, but also the offer is so lucrative that our click-through rates almost 1%, which is absolutely insane for a banner ad in the crypto space. Like usually you would expect like a 0.1 to 0.2. So, you know, people are really starting to catch on to Ball Money, and it's making the marketing job easy because, you know, Bomb's being such a great brand.
Yeah. Well, totally. I mean, it's a great offer in itself, but you know, we kind of debated internally whether it was the right time to be pushing banner ads because you know clearly in the depths of the bear market, you know, there's not a huge amount of fresh capital sort of flowing into the space. But you know, the conclusion that we came to was actually, well, most projects, you know, have simply given up. You know, they're not promoting their offering, and you know, they're not building to the same extent that we are. So you know, it's right that we're you know pushing our messaging to those that are here because at the end of the day they're obviously committed you know to being here for the long run, therefore you know are great investors that deserve to benefit from what we've got going on. So yeah, been awesome to see the click-through rate there and the subsequent price appreciation.
Yes, sir. We've that the ad alone has brought I think it's over 150,000 people have seen the banner ads, and it's just been up for like 2.5 days. So it's awesome. And Well, welcome, Diamond, sir.
Well, hello. Welcome, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late. I had a few upgrades to my computer and reinstalled Windows, and I didn't have any of my accounts linked anymore. So thank you for allowing me in. Hope everyone's having a great day. I've been listening to the AMA. It's been amazing. A lot of really exciting times, honestly. Everything that's going on. It's pretty neat. I'm so pumped.
For sure. Well, so Diamond's been playing a really key role in the development of the app, and clearly we've been seeing updates as we go. But yesterday, as part of our sort of progress review and planning, we did a good comprehensive review of how things are looking, and it really is incredible. So a big well done to you, Mr. Diamond, for all of that.
Well, thank you. It's a team effort, honestly. Everyone's doing their part. We haven't said it in a while, but the team we have here is freaking amazing. I love working with all of you guys.
Yeah, we're definitely very lucky in that regard, right? Because I always, nowadays I don't really invest in other DeFi projects for the most part, but yeah, I mean, when I am considering an investment anywhere, one of the main things that I look at is the team. I think just the combination of skills, experience that we have, and just the general character of everyone we've got on the team is very hard to find.
It is, even outside of investments. Having a team like this, working in any kind of project, in any kind of business, any whatever, having a team like this, everyone's really has that self-motivation. It's really neat. Things just kind of happen by themselves. You don't have that black sheep in the team. There's always that one guy or even multiple guys. We don't have any of those in this team. It's amazing.
That's very true. Actually, I was one of the friends I was catching up with earlier is someone that I worked with in TradFi, and I was sort of sharing with them that the sort of ways of working that large organizations have to push so hard to attempt to implement around agile ways of working just comes so naturally with Embalm, and that very self-organizing purely as a result of just the fact that everyone wants to be here doing good things for our investors. So anyway, we're all we all love working for Balm, working together. We'll stop going on about it and getting all
exactly. Sorry.
Speaking of wanting to work for Balm, probably a good time to announce that I'm now full-time on Balm. So I've shifted all my focus towards Balm, which is absolutely necessary with the amount of things we've got going on. So hopefully we'll see a good result from that. But yeah, December is going to be absolutely insane with regards to marketing and all the stuff we've got to push out. So I'm glad I'll have more time to dedicate to it.
Congratulations, sir. 2023 is my year. I'm coming on full time soon enough.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. No, congrats again. And awesome to have you full time with us. I mean, hopefully it means that you'll maybe get a bit more sleep now that you're not basically juggling 2 full-time jobs, but I'm not convinced. So we'll see. You're looking very fresh today, though. Maybe it's just the Tesla lighting.
Somehow I did manage to sleep a little last night. So that was helpful.
Good stuff. Alrighty. So yeah, I think that was everything in the way of updates that we had. We've got, I think, one comment we can bring up there.
Yo, Diamond, you sound quality crispy. Sorry, mic might be a little loud. It's a different setup. I don't have my usual mic set up, but I have excellent pair of headphones. Last time I was using them on Twitter, apparently I was talking way too loud. So good to know that it works. It works well here on the YouTube, but I don't use them for Twitter.
Yeah, we got it. Thanks for taking the time and talking with us. We thank you for coming to join us. We love when we get to talk to the community, and also love hearing from the community. So that gives another prompt. If anybody's got any last questions or anything before we wrap up, now is the time to get them in. And Dave Rogers, the Car C-Suite office. Yeah, I have a doctor's appointment in about 20 minutes, so I figured I would drive to the appointment and take the call from here rather than hurrying after. But it'll work out. It's a nice little office here.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons, isn't it? You've got to have a nice car. You know, if you're having a grind on the go, you need a nice environment to do it in.
That's right.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, look, it doesn't seem to be the case that we've got any other questions flowing in. So just a quick summary. So as a reminder, B share missions end today.
5.5 hours.
What was that? Sorry.
In 5.5 hours, or 5 hours 24 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we clarified it was 6 UTC, didn't?
No,
or is that
6 Eastern, 11
Eastern.
UTC?
Yep.
Got you. Apologies. I'm causing chaos here. So yeah, those will be flowing until that point today. So take any action that you need to in terms of your LPs. Obviously, give thought to what you want to do to continue benefiting from all of the good stuff we've got going on. So have a look at the bond locking offer that's available until the 7th of December. Also, do check out bonding. Make sure to read the blog that we've just posted. That sort of goes into more of the detail there. And we'll be continuing to increase the offering in terms of LPs that you can provide and receive tokens at a discount for. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled for all of the amazing stuff that we've got going on from a marketing perspective.
And yes, one of the most important comments here. Happy birthday,
Happy
Rob.
birthday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for joining
guys.
us on your birthday.
Not at all. A pleasure.
Just muted yourself, Rob, there, but
I was saying my headphones have just decided to die. So
good timing.
yeah, big thank you
All right, guys.
who's come along. Thanks to those that listen back. Please do hit the like button. Subscribe. Just spread the word about Bond Money and everything that we've got going on.
And we'll see you
speak
at
to you guys soon. We've got our Twitter Spaces on Friday, so please do come along then. But yeah, thanks again. We'll speak to you all soon.
All right,
Have a
see
good
you
one,
guys.
guys.